already know this is Pun Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been following the channel, I always refer to these fighters as my modern-day warriors, modern-day gladiators. They put their life on the line for pure entertainment. Damn it, I love these fighters. I respect these fighters. I respect the sport. I'm a hardcore boxing fan. And by being a hardcore boxing fan, I try my hardest, my due diligence to understand what goes inside that ring. And not only to understand what goes inside that ring, but to also understand these fighters, understand their journey, understand, their upbringing, the storyline. I love it. It's a respect that I have for these fighters. We also have heard that, it's a lonely sport. And by knowing this sport and by following a lot of boxers, past, present, and the new age that's coming up, the amateurs, there's a lot of boxers out there that have been suffering from mental illness, whether it's anxiety, whether it's being suicidal, substance abuse, depression. Now, I understand in this sport, the fans, they want to see something brutal. I mean, they're geared to see something brutal. They're geared to see somebody hurt. They're geared to see somebody bloody and things of that nature. And sometimes fans tend to not care for fighters. They just see them as a piece of meat. They just see them as like pit bulls and chickens. Not saying that nobody cares about their animal, but you understand what I'm trying to say. Look, in our respectful jobs, only because we go and work, that doesn't mean that we're not stressed. That doesn't mean that we don't have problems at home. That doesn't mean that we don't have, for example, let's say, there's people that got substance abuse. There's also regular people that got anxiety, depression, can't pay the bills, all that family problems, all that. These boxers go through the same thing. These boxers go through the same thing. Again, boxing is a lonely sport. There's a lot of pressure in being a boxer. There's a lot of pressure to win. There's a lot of people counting on you. And for some of the elite fighters, there's a whole nation counting on you. A lot of people counting on you, a nation counting on you. The bright lights, the whole world watching. And some of them could take a loss. Your children's looking, your wife looking. A lot of people, they may think that you was immortal. And to be in that ring, we understand these fighters. You got to think that you're the best ever. That there is no man, no woman that could beat you in that ring. You got to understand the sacrifices these warriors go through. The preparation. The mental fortitude. The mental concentration. The level of focus. It's a pressure. After a loss, you hear a lot of fighters may have some excuses. It's that pressure. It's the pressure of letting people down. We have Deontay Wilder, former WBC heavyweight champion of the world, go through that, explain his suicidal thoughts before when he was struggling to make ends meet, take care of his daughter, his family broke apart, child support and things of that nature. We see Mike Tyson. We see his whole story. Everybody know Mike Tyson. See his being bullied, struggling with trust. And all the things that he have stated when he's going through suicidal, depression. We see Sugar Ray Leonard that had been sexually abused by a coach when he was younger. We see Ricky Hatton that wanted to actually kill himself after the Mayweather fight. They don't want to live. It's a lot of fighters out there. We see Tyson Fury, who talked about his depression in recent times, and he got a book out there. Go check out his book. There's a lot of fighters out there like that. But it's a lonely sport. Where's the fans? There's a lot of fans out there that really don't give a damn about the fighters. They just care about the fighters. They just care about the action. But if you really, truly love this sport, if you really, truly are hardcore, then do your due diligence to understand these fighters. These fighters are still human beings. Hey, we all can't take a loss real good in life. Huh? If your wife leaves you right now, your husband leaves you right now, is it okay? Is it fun? Are you going to go through tough times? How about if you got molded with that person? Huh? How about if you lose your family? How can you go through it? Do you think it's easy? How about if you lose your job and you got to go back home and tell your wife and tell your kids, I can't provide at the moment. think it's easy. But you still got that pressure. You got that pressure. Some people go through alcoholism. Some people use substance. They become drug substance abuser. It's not easy. Life ain't easy, and being a fighter is not easy. And people don't even talk about the physical part of it. I don't expect a fighter to be. I'm not saying fighters. They all bright. A lot of human beings are bright out there. But I don't expect a fighter to always be on point on everything. They get hit in the head for a living. It's a crucial, it's a difficult sport. And it's not like a team where, when you win a team and then you could lean on somebody. You can't lean on nobody. You taking those blows by yourself. You going through it by yourself. Man, in boxing, you already know, man, these guys got to file their own taxes and all that stuff. I'm not saying that Texas is hard, but what I'm saying is it's a lonely sport. And being a fighter, you got to be that macho. You got to show the whole world that you that guy, you that gal. But then when you take that loss, your immortality leaves. People looking at you sideways, the brights and dimmers. You don't got that no more. You don't got that aura no more. Some people don't know how to live without being in that spotlight. For a lot of these fighters, it's all they know. You're trained to dismantle, to destroy your opponent. And then after that, you think they got to switch it around. Now they got to be all civilized. It's a hard thing to do. I just want people to be out there. When you're out there talking about the sport of boxing, you're talking about these fighters, just pay attention, man. They're still human beings. And they're still going through certain problems or relatable problems that you're going through. These guys are warriors and gladiators, but they're still human, bro. They're still human. And if we're the hardcore boxing fans, they need us, genuinely, to understand them, to help them. Belt federations out there, sanctioning bodies or whatever. Managers, promoters. Build, create something for these fighters. Please. Please. Because a lot of fighters, even currently right now, they suffering, but they can't let you know because they warriors. It's their image. It's their image. And I don't want them to leave their image. We want to hold them high. In the sport of boxing, they lose one time and that's it. You want them to retire. They're done. All the derogatory name that you could think of. While they're out there sacrificing their life for your pure entertainment as well. I love all sports. I love every sport. But when it comes to combat sport, it's just different. They're a different beast. They're a different type of humans. And we need to be there for them when they are feeling down. Ask the right questions. Keep them high. Keep them as warriors. Keep their immortality. So we're going to be talking about this live on Wednesday, 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about this in depth. I hope everybody shows up. 8 p.m. Punch Drunk Boxing. Shout out to Rap Star Boxing Knowledge as well. We're going to be chopping it up with them as well. And any boxers that want to join us on the panel to further educate us about depression, anxiety, if they ever had suicidal thoughts, any type of story that, we could go out there and help other people that's listening. So, and also leave in the comment box as well. If you're going through something, man, I'm your boy, Punch Drunk is right here, man. I'm here for the fighters. I'm here for the community, for the boxing community. So let's chop it up. Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to be talking about this subject. I hope y'all could join us and let's strengthen this community. Let's be there for fighters. Y'all already know, man. Fighters, I'm here for you. I love y'all. God, and pray for these fighters every time they go inside that ring. And when they come out, pray for their families. Salute to all fighters that ever step inside that ring. I don't give a damn if you rank number 1 to rank number 10,000. You a warrior. You're my modern day warrior, modern day gladiator. So, right, subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. Get my updated videos. I love y'all. God bless. And on to the next.